Hey, here's your heads up to this podcast. It's another aha moment, and it's all about listening and sharing and just understanding, the inside and the out. Have a listen.
Warning.
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 Warning. You are entering into the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. Too late. Personal Development Unplugged.
Hi, Paul here, Personal Development Unplugged, and I wanted to share with you another part of my little bit of evolution, my aha moments, which seem to be coming a little bit more often now, because there was a weird thing that happened to me. But do you remember I shared a little bit of me and listening to my unconscious mind in that FMQ 197? How do you listen to yourself? Because that was my struggle, wasn't it? Struggling to listen to my unconscious mind. And I had a little bit of another realization, as it were, another little aha, which goes, well, you're not listening to yourself. And it's like my unconscious mind is shouting at me, and I'm deaf to the words, deaf to the sound. So here's something that happened to me. I was listening to someone explaining how they work out in the gym, how they go beyond what they think they can do. And it was really interesting. And I thought, that sounds really good, because I could use that, because I really want to get even more fitter. And I'm doing a lot of work in the gym now, and I'm guessing for my age, I'm doing pretty well. But here's the thing. I want to try harder. And I've always told myself, and this is what I forgot, is, well, if you train at 80% most of the time, you're going to get fitter. It's how you train, the techniques, doing things properly. And then every now and again, just turning up the volume a little bit, and then coming back to the 80-85%. Because that way you'll always stay fit and healthy. You won't get injured, but you will progress because you're spending more time, because you're fitter, because you're healthier, because you're not broken. Haven't injured yourself. You can spend more time in the gym getting fitter. And when I say more time, it's more regular time. You don't have those 2 or 3 weeks off because you've hurt yourself. But that wasn't in my mind when I heard this motivational thing about how to really motivate yourself and go through that bit. And I hit the gym. And I hit it pretty hard. And thinking back, well, I'm not going to tell you what I think about yet, but I hit it pretty hard. And I came away from the gym feeling pretty good about myself. It wasn't hurting, other than the normal, like, wobbly legs and things like that. But, it was that I've been to the gym type feeling. And then I was laying in bed and I was thinking to myself, well, you know what? I used to hurt my back quite often, but I haven't hurt it. And I haven't had to go to, physio or anything like that for, a long time now. And I started to think about the pain I used to be in and how it used to be. And I remember thinking, don't think about this, Paul, because you don't want to set it off. But I did think about it. And then I was planning to go to the gym the next day. And I just simply unplugged an appliance from the wall. Oh, and I thought, that's wow. And then the back started to go into that little spasm it goes. Not all the way, but enough to go, made me think. But my mind says, no, I'm not going to let this happen. I'm going to go to the gym. And I did go to the gym again, but not quite as hard, because obviously I couldn't, because I was in a little bit of pain. And then I went to my yoga, because I knew yoga would be a good stretching place. And I did it really well in the way that I was listening to my body. So I didn't go into points of pain, but I did stretch, and that did help. And then I was talking to my son Joseph in America. And I say, weird thing happened, I'm not sure if, and I missed a bit about going to the gym really hard. I'm not sure, because in my mind, I thought it's either thinking about not being ill again or not being in pain that I've, just provoked something. Or was it because I just wasn't listening to myself? Thinking about going harder. I wonder which it is. And then I thought, I wonder, what happened was, and this is a bit I didn't tell Joseph about. I was listening to a podcast this morning. And lo and behold, synchronicity comes in, serendipity comes in. I'm listening to this podcast that I don't normally listen to a person that I wasn't really that interested in. But he started to talking about pain and not listening to your body, and not listening to not your body, but your body is telling you something after you're doing things. Maybe being too stressed, to putting too much strain on your emotions, your body, everything. And I thought, well, there's too many things happening to me now. I've got this little bit of pain in my back, and it's stiff, and it's this. I did think, maybe my unconscious mind was telling me to give me that remembering what it was like. So I thought to myself, I've got, this is so much confusion going on in my head now. But I did get this little bit of inspiration. It says, well, maybe you're not really listening to yourself again, Paul. You thought you were. You're being pretty good with your journal, but maybe you're not listening to yourself. So I went and used one of my personal hypnosises, a track of hypnosis which says, being with your best friend. Obviously your best friend, my unconscious mind. And it's a lovely track that I've done for myself, which just gives me time to be with my best friend. And I haven't listened to it for ages. There's a thing. So I listened. And I went into hypnosis, listened to my track, listened to my voice. And in that time, the quiet time, I had a voice. It was my voice. And do you know what? My inner voice swears just as much as I do on the outside. And it told me one or two home truths in no uncertain terms and very colourful language. And you see, it explained to me. And it wasn't just the voice, it was like my thoughts coming round, which I guess this is what it's all about. And I had to, when I finished this hypnosis track, I went to my journal and wrote out what I seemed to understand. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But so what I said was, I wrote it down. Here's, my thoughts. Where did they come from? But it says, just ask yourself, numpty and other things like that, but just ask yourself, what is the intention behind the thought? What's the real meaning of having that thought? And I thought to myself, well, yes, I did have a thought about that motivation to get fitter and stronger. I wanted to be more healthier. I wanted to just improve my body, improve my health, to feel good. Good intention. But then I had that other thought to remind me about back pain, what it used to be like. What was the meaning by that? So I don't think it was the thing where I'm just tempting fate. It was just saying, remember, Paul, remember. The intention is we don't want to go there again. And then the voice said to me, and if you're not getting it, if you're not really getting it, because you'll get a feeling when you get it, check in again. Ask. I'm not getting this. Ask for more guidance. Help me. And one of the questions I asked was, okay, why have I got this battle going on? Why am I not listening? Because if it's just an unconscious message, I get it, I should just follow it. But you see, what came to mind was, a conscious understanding and an unconscious understanding of the same thing gives me alignment, gives me that congruence. You see, he said, you've got two really strong minds. You've got me here on the inside, and you've got me here on the outside. Conscious and unconscious minds. They're very strong, and you have to get them into alignment. So when the conscious mind goes, do you know what? We're going to get supersonically fit. We're going to go for it like hell for leather. In this example, the unconscious mind was going, hey, yes, that's a good idea, but let's temper that. Let's do it in a way that is really healthy, because that was for them and that's not for you. And then when I thought about that, it made a lot of sense, because I feel more aligned to that. And that's the whole point. When you know the results that you want, the goal, the outcome, and you know the intention for having that goal, having that what you want or the outcome, you can then ask for the best way to achieve them. But you have to know the intention first. And it made so much sense that I also wrote at the end of it with a lovely happy sign, Namaste. I don't know why I did that. I've never done that before. But it just seemed to make things feel right. That sense of alignment, that sense of congruence. And it just felt right. So, that's a little bit of the how and the whys, maybe. Maybe stopping and pausing. But asking those questions. What's the intention behind this thought before you take the action? What's the real meaning? What's the real intention behind your goals, your outcomes, the things that you really want? And checking to know that you find the aligned way of getting it for you, because your way of getting it is yours and only yours, because you're unique. So I also then thought, well, this feels really good. I'm getting my goals was to know how to listen, to have conversations, to be sworn at by my unconscious mind in such a way that I actually laughed in hypnosis when I heard myself talking to myself. It was such a weird thing to do, but it felt good. It was like my twin that I've never have on the outside, but is on the inside. That was one of the things that came to me. So I thought to myself, how can we use this? Now, Personal Development Unplugged, this podcast is all about selfless service. Giving for just the want of giving. Knowing that things will come back. If they want to, they'll come back. But making a difference to the world by making a difference to people. Making a difference to you. So do that. I'm going to upload that personal hypnosis of mine about being with your best friend. I remember a long time ago I was going to do it, and I was going to do it as a paid program, but I just want to give this out now. So if you're a member of that hypnosis part of the community of Personal Development Unplugged, you've signed up for those hypnosis tracks, you'll get your email shortly telling you where to get it, and it'll be on that list. If you're not, and you want to share my experience, hopefully you'll get an equally as good experience doing it, but you'll have it for as many times as you want it. Just sign up. Just go to paulcloughonline.com/podcast. And there'll be a little podcast just as a reminder to you, I think tomorrow. Okay? So I just wanted to share that with you. I mean, I've only just finished that hypnosis track myself and writing those notes down, but I felt it was important to get in front of this mic and and do that personal sharing, because that, to me, is being aligned and congruent to who and what I am. So please enjoy with my compliments. That's it. If you got something out of this or other podcasts of mine, Personal Development Unplugged, please do share. Selfless service. Let's just send those ripples of change further and wider than we can ever dream of. So have more fun than you can stand with your own best friend. I'll speak to you again real soon. Bye-bye now. Hey, I just want to take 90 seconds of your time to talk about feedback. Why is it so important to us, the podcast? Well, it's my way of really finding out what you want and allowing you to set the direction of these podcasts, to give that feedback, that interaction, to understand what your needs are, what type of processes you'd like to have talked about and given, and allow me to work on with those hypnosis tracks. It's all about being part of this community of sharing. How does it happen? Well, all you do is email me, and that email will come direct to me. It'll make me think of what you want and more. And they'll all be confidential, by the way. Everything is confidential, but it gives me a great insight to your needs and the things that I can explore with you. How do you do it? It's so simple. All you do is email me at feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. That's simple. feedback@personaldevelopmentunplugged.com. And just think, if you're worried about sharing, and I know we talk about sharing, those emails stay where they are. They don't move at all. What happens is I want to share your thoughts and share my thoughts together so we can really just get down to enjoying the world that we want to live in and make a difference. There you go, 90 seconds.
Warning, you are now leaving the unplugged mind of Paul Clough. It's time to fly on your own. Be brave, my friend.
Personal Development Unplugged.